lovely viewers, and you're welcome to the Ghana Premier League preview show. This show is dedicated to analyzing and predicting some matches that will happen across the various league centers over the course of the weekend. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, do so. My name is Raphael Banaman Quote, and these are star picks for the weekend. We have Bechem United, who will be traveling away to the Baba Sports Stadium to engage the services of Asante Kotoko. Last season, Kotoko placed second behind their fiercest rivals, Accra House of Folk. They have a new man in charge, Prosper Okunete, and he was able to make sure that he guided his boys to finish victorious on the day when they played Dreams FC at the Accra Sports Stadium. When you look at the head-to-head between these two sides, Asante Kotoko beat Bechem United at the Accra Sports Stadium, the adopted home venue for last season. When you move to Bechem at the Nanafosu Jiabo Park, they also made sure that they were victorious on the day. They beat Asante Kotoko. But when you look at the head-to-head between these two teams, they've met on 16 several occasions, and with the 16 occasions that they've met, Asante Kotoko have edged them more in two matches that have been played between these two sides. If you ask me, the rate at which Asante Kotoko is playing, they have freshly come back from Dubai. You know, the Dubai Ice is still with them. They have a lot of notable guys in the setup. You watch them. Isaac Opom, he seems like a promising guy. Fabio Gama, the most exciting player. Mudasir, Ganiyu, Razak Abero. These are guys that are brewing with confidence. So be a match against Bechem United. I will predict a 3-0 victory for Asante Kotoko. Bechem United did very well. They dropped title hopefuls, that is Medeama FC, at the Nanafosu Jiabo Park by 4-0. That match produced 3 red cards, I should put it, 3 red cards on the day. And when you look at the tension that match produced, you would expect that it will be a fierce contest between Asante Kotoko and Bechem United at the Baba Sports Stadium. This will be the very first time in over a year that Asante Kotoko is returning to the Baba Sports Stadium after a underway, and that is rehabilitation works. But in the end, or at the end of the day, I would expect Asante Kotoko to edge by 3-0. We'll move on to other matches that will happen. We'll have Wafa versus Accra House of Folk, and Wafa lost their very first match that they played to Ken Faisal. Ken Faisal beat them by a solitary Ibrahim Zubair goal. They would look to pick up the pieces when they engage the services of Accra House of Folk. Head-to-head last season, Accra House of Folk beat them at the Accra Sports Stadium by 4-0, and they also made sure that in the ultimate round of matches that happened at the Sugakope Red Bull Arena, they also beat Accra House of Folk by 1-0, helping them to finish third. Now they don't have Prosper Ogunete back at the helm of affairs. He has switched camps to that is Asante Kotoko, but now they have William Zaragoza, that is the new man to guide them. Well, with the way the Ghana Premier League is, there is no time in resting on your laurels, and I would expect that once he's playing his first home game at the Sugakope Red Bull Arena, he would make sure that he gives Heart of Folk a tight contest. That Samuel Boedu, on the other hand, he didn't fare well in the very first match. They were held to a pulsating goalless draw by Legon Cities at the Accra Sports Stadium. He would want his side to rediscover their goal scoring form. At the end of the match, he blamed their inability to score goals to their blunt attack. I would expect the likes of Daniel Ifriyebani, Isaac Mensah, Kovi Koji. These are guys that at the end of any day, you would expect that they will bring the laurels to the table. I would expect that they've learned their mistakes from the very first match that they played against Legon Cities and bring it to bear. But in the end of the day, I would expect a 2-2 scoring between Heart of Folk and also that is Wafa. So Wafa will be the home side, and that is Heart of Folk will be the away side. In other matches, you have Ashanti Gold. They would welcome Karela United. Ashanti Gold beat 11 Wonders at the Medeama Park by 1-0. And when you look at that match, that was a very highly contentious match between Ashanti Gold and that is 11 Wonders. When you look at Karela United, they drew in a 1-1 with Adriana Stars. I'm sure Kobe Mensah, this is his first charge with Karela United at the helm of affairs. I would expect that he has learned his lessons from that match, that he'll be engaging the services of Ashanti Gold. Last season, both teams were not able to get the victory over each other. Ashanti Gold drew 2-2 with that is Karela at the Nana. They drew 2-2 with them at the Obasile Clay Sports Stadium. Now they'll be engaging them at their famous ground, the Obasile Clay Sports Stadium. So I would expect that at the end of the day, Ashanti Gold and the new coach Ernest Thompson Quarty, they will make sure that they deliver the goods. So at the end of the day, I'm expecting that Ashanti Gold will come good. I'm expecting that Ashanti Gold will deliver the goods. I'm expecting that Karela would not be so much of a competition for them. So 2-0, I expect that Ashanti Gold will emerge victorious. Our last star pick of the week will be at the Takwa TNA Park, the Takwa Naboso Park. Medeama FC, they are title hopefuls. They have a new coach at the helm of affairs. That is Ignatius Osei-Fosu. This is the man that is coming into Medeama FC from 11 Wonders. I would expect that in the first match that they lost to Bechem United, he will be able to pick up the pieces and make sure that Medeama gets their season up and running. It's important they get their season up and running, because when you have the likes of Prince Opoku Ajiman, Zakaria Momoni, Ahmed Toure, Richard Boedu has since transferred, but they have notable replacements in Tete Zuta, Richard Norte, Vincent Atenga. These are guys that at the end of the day, when you call them to deliver the goods, they will be able to help you in winning. So I'm expecting a 3-0 scoring at the end of the day for Medeama against Bibiani Gold Stars. Their Premier League debut. This is the first time they are making their debut in the Ghana Premier League. They won their first match against Berekum Chelsea. This is the very first time both teams are meeting, but I would expect that Medeama would be victorious on the day when they engage, that is Bibiani Gold Star. So these are star picks of the week. We have Kotoko versus Bechem. We have Hatofok will be traveling away to Wafa. We have Bibiani Gold Stars will be traveling to Medeama to engage Medeama FC, as well as Karela versus Ashanti Gold at the Obasile Clay Sports Stadium. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, do so to subscribe. My name is Wafa Banaman Kwasi. I was your host for the star picks of the week. Thank you, and keep hope alive with sports.